Night, only on Channel 10.
Having a bunch of Heidelberg school spirit and being able to be the man behind the mask.
Taking school spirit to the next level, how you could be the next prince in shining armor.
And sun's out, guns out. Why Berg seniors are excited for rising temperatures and clear skies.
A lot of seniors and people that live in senior apartments hang out outside and have cookouts and play yard games.
Plus, one talented student's hard work pays off in a big way.
Just a great opportunity to see all of her hard work pay off. I know that she's incredibly talented.
The Lady Student Princes were on fire this weekend, while one team may need some really big rings.
And a big year for new movies. See why Madonna finds herself in the middle of the woods.
Good evening, I'm Scott Carpenter.
And I'm Malik Quisenberry. This is WHEI News Center 10, and happy April 25th. WHEI brings you today's late-breaking stories by the students inside the Media Communications Center at Heidelberg University.
Don't touch that remote, dial, smartphone, or whatever you're watching us on these days.
WHEI News Center 10 live at 5 starts now.
Welcome back to News Center 10 live at 5 for Tuesday, April 25th, 2017.
Let's get to our first story of the night.
Fashion label turned boss, presidential envoy, met a physicist turned chancellor on Tuesday as Ivanka Trump traveled to Berlin for a forum for female leaders hosted by none other than Angela Merkel. The forum experts saw an opportunity for Europe's most powerful woman to improve her relationship with President Trump, but which saw his daughter defending his attitudes towards women. Still, while Ivanka Trump pledged Tuesday to push for incremental positive change for women after she praised her father for being a tremendous champion of supporting families, members of the panel's audience booed and hissed. The reaction prompted the panel's moderator, Miriam Meckel, a magazine editor, to note, quote, "Some attitudes towards women your father has publicly displayed in former times might leave one questioning whether he is such an empowerer for women," close quote. Ivanka commented that she was not discouraged by the criticism.
A former Lyft driver is filing a class action lawsuit against Uber less than a month after the information exposed controversial tracking program. Between 2014 and 2016, the software program allowed Uber to track how many Lyft drivers were available and where, as well as which drivers also worked for the Lyft. The information reported that Uber created fake Lyft rider accounts and spoofed their location, thereby allowing them to gather data on the available drivers. The defendants allege that Uber violated the Electronic Communications Privacy Act by intentionally collecting, gathering, and intercepting their electronic communications. Uber has yet to comment on the allegations against them. North Korea staged a huge artillery drill on Tuesday to mark the 85th anniversary of the founding of their nation's military, as China pressed its efforts to tamp down tensions over a site that Pyongyang was preparing for nuclear tests. The long-range artillery drills were conducted near Wonsan along North Korea's east coast, according to South Korea's military. They conceived that military maneuvers by the United States and its allies, as well as the arrival of the USS Michigan, a submarine armed with Tomahawk cruise missiles, in the port city Brunswick in South Korea. North Korea often uses import national holidays like the anniversary on Tuesday to display its military might. Military leaders from South Korea, China, and the United States plan to meet Wednesday in order to discuss the further actions towards the situation.
Sad one here from the entertainment world. Former Bachelor Chris Soules was arrested on Monday night in Iowa. Soules was arrested for leaving the scene of a deadly car crash in Buchanan County, Iowa. Though not many details are currently known about the crash, Soules has been booked for 24 hours after his pickup truck rear-ended a tractor. Both vehicles ended up in a ditch and one person died. Soules starred on the 19th season of ABC's The Bachelor back in 2015 after being dumped by Andy Dorfman. He later appeared on Dancing with the Stars and has since returned to several Bachelor shows to offer his take on more recent seasons. He split with Whitney Biscoff shortly after his season wrapped earlier this year. He had expressed interest in appearing on this summer's Bachelor in Paradise. And that is going to wrap up our local news segment for the day.
But don't go anywhere. Get a look into how you can, plus a look into the wonderful world of sports. That and more to come up after the break.
You're watching WHEI TV 10. Woo!
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
In the heart of Heidelberg's campus lies the Fireside Cafe and Pub, featuring a relaxing and engaging space welcome to the public. Fireside's menu includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, desserts, and even a soothing latte or coffee, offering a wide selection of exciting new and wholesome food options. Fireside Cafe Pub also serves a variety of refreshing drinks to accompany its cozy atmosphere. Come experience Fireside's new fall menu and visit us on Instagram at Berg Dining Services.
See that cute little dog in the pet store window? Chances are it came from a puppy mill, a breeding facility that forces caged, neglected, and often sick dogs to churn out puppy after puppy to be sold for profit. Meanwhile, millions of wonderful, healthy pets end up in animal shelters. But with one simple choice, you can help, just by deciding to adopt instead of purchase your next pet. Not only are you saving a life, you're taking a stand against puppy mills. Visit bestfriends.org to learn more.
Together we can change the news. Find out how at safekids.org.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's check into the latest news with our Heidelberg Campus News segment. As you know, the weather here in Tiffin, Ohio has been absolutely beautiful. With the sun shining and the flowers blooming, this is a good chance for students to get outside and take a break from the end of the semester stress. There are many activities located around campus to get you outside. Behind the senior apartments are the sand volleyball courts, and next to King Dorm is the disc golf stand. There is also a new paved trail that starts at the track and takes you to Hedges Boyer Park. This week, there will be a baseball game on Wednesday and a tennis match this weekend. Senior Courtney Anderson says that she is excited for the warm weather because that means fun yard games and cookouts.
I am excited that it means that summer's coming and that a lot of seniors and people that live in senior apartments hang out outside and have cookouts and play yard games.
So be sure to get outside and enjoy the fresh air.
Do you have Berg spirit? Well, listen up, because this could be the thing for you. Heidelberg is looking for the next outgoing, energetic, and spirited Siggy. Applications for this honorable mascot position are available on Inside Heidelberg. Siggy and his sidekicks will be available to audition on May 1st in the multipurpose room. This paid job requires specific availability and an enormous amount of pep. Sean Humphrey thinks being Siggy would be a blast.
Oh yeah, I think playing Siggy would be an absolute blast. Just having a bunch of Heidelberg school spirit and being able to be the man behind the mask and go to Berg events and dance and show that you're here to support Heidelberg would be a lot of fun.
For more information about the job, you can email Matt Cola at mcola@heidelberg.edu.
And we had one talented Berg student, Allie Dresser, performed her senior recital. Allie performed several songs throughout the night, and she had a wide variety of selections. The songs range from slower classical music to fast, intense songs. It was a great opportunity for students to get involved. Nicole Tannison attended the event.
Just a great opportunity to see all of her hard work pay off. I know that she's incredibly talented, and you could definitely tell that she put a ton of work into it. The recital was beautiful, the music was beautiful, and she looked gorgeous as well. It was just awesome to see all the work she had done and just how great everything sounded.
No doubt it was a great night for Allie to broadcast her skills to the university. And congratulations to Allie, but Malik, I got to say, like we touched on, I am pumped about the warm weather.
Oh, I'm pumped too. Warm weather is the best weather.
It is. Get outside. Weather. Sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Got to work on the guns a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I'm getting to the gym after this, I swear. That's all we have for Berg's Campus News today. When we come back, we'll take a look at Heidelberg's social media spotlight.
News Center 10, live at 5. We'll be right back.
Whose idea was this? Did you think this was a good idea? Who got the paint out? Brother did?
What is funny?
I don't think this is funny at all. Who's gonna clean it up?
I thought everything would go back to how it used to be. But that wasn't realistic for him. Or our family. Make the Connection helped me realize that we are not alone. Other families are dealing with similar challenges and working toward the right solutions together. Visit maketheconnection.net to see stories like ours and learn how your family can start the journey toward recovery today.
Military life is rewarding, but it isn't always easy.
Managing the stress can affect even the strongest warrior.
But I will stay mission ready.
I will keep my mind and body fit.
Talk to my chaplain.
Seek care early. Strive for progress, not perfection.
I got this.
I got this.
Take the first step. There's no better time than now.
Reaching out is a sign of strength. Visit realwarriors.net or call 866-966-1020.
Welcome back to WHEI.
It's time to throw it over to Randy to take a look at what's trending in today's social media.
Randy!
Anticipation for Deadpool 2 has been running high ever since the first teaser was released and the world found out Josh Brolin would be playing Cable. We've been patiently waiting for the word on a release date, and now we finally have one. Fox announced Saturday that the sequel starring Ryan Reynolds will hit theaters June 1st, 2018, according to Hollywood Reporter. This past weekend, Fox also announced official release dates for the 4 upcoming Avatar sequels, the first of which is set to come out in December 2020. The sequels have been delayed on multiple occasions, but according to a post on the film's Facebook page, the team is starting production. But that's not all. Fox also dated 2 other movies, including New Mutants, which will hit theaters April 13th, 2018, and X-Men Dark Phoenix, which will be out November 2nd, 2018. Next year is going to be a big one for superhero movies. I'm sure it'll be a super time. In other news, Madonna made it through the wilderness, and now you'll get to see her origin story on the big screen. Universal Pictures has picked up Blonde Ambition. It's the work of the first-time feature writer Elise Hollander, who sets the story in the early 1980s as Madonna works to get her career off the ground within the misogynistic music industry, according to the Hollywood Reporter. There's no word on casting yet, but the script presents Madonna, who moved from Detroit to New York in 1978 to pursue dancing and singing, prioritizing her career over young love. Madonna has always wielded control of her image, so it would seem out of character of her to endorse someone else to take on her life. There's no word on when Blonde Ambition will begin production or who might direct the movie. But that's all we have for your social media news today. Let's send it back to Scott and Malik over at the news desk.
Thank you, Randy. Malik, I got no idea what Madonna is doing in the woods, but I'll tell you what, I am pumped for the second version of Deadpool.
I am too, and actually, the thing was, the first time I went to go see Deadpool, I wasn't expecting to see like a family movie, something like that, and as soon as it started, not a family movie.
Not quite a family movie. And the best account on Twitter, I think Ryan Reynolds starring again.
Oh yeah,
is sure to be a hit.
Absolutely.
Sure to be a hit.
It's time to throw it over to Jeff to take a look at today's top sports stories.
In the wise words of Drake, I got a really big team, and they need some really big rings. And I'm pretty sure he was talking about the Heidelberg women's softball team because they are on pace to get some really big rings. The women have just secured a spot in the OSC tournament for the 3rd straight year. This coming after a sweep of Ohio Northern. In the first game, the Berg jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the third. Stifling defense was the key to the Berg victory as they were able to prevent ONU from getting a solid run going. The final of the first game was 4-3. The second game, the Berg nearly gave ONU a goose egg, but they somehow squeaked out a run. Unselfish play and quick feet enabled the Berg to come out with a 4-1 victory. The women will take the diamond again this Friday as they host Otterbein on Strikeout Cancer Day. With the spring semester winding down, so are the spring sports. This past weekend, the Berg women's golf team competed at the OAC Championships in West Lafayette, Ohio. The tournament was over 3 days, and the women finished 4th overall, shooting a combined score of 1079. Day 1, first-year student Morgan Foltz had the best round for the Berg, shooting an 86, which was tied for 5th overall. Day 2, senior Carrie-Ann Murphy and Morgan Foltz both shot an 88 on the day. Carrie-Ann Murphy had the best day of the Berg by shooting an 86. Morgan Foltz, not far behind with the 88, finished 8th overall in the tournament, which would give her second-team All-OAC honors. This tournament marks the end of the women's spring season. They will be back on the fairways this coming fall for the 2017-18 season. That's all we have for Heidelberg Sports. Let's send it back to Scott and Malik at the news desk.
Thanks, Jeff. So, Scott, women's golf. Have you ever golfed yourself?
I have. I actually played for the men's team when I got here. Now I just kind of play on the side. I like it better instead of competitive. I like the cart and a little like 6-pack of some beverages to keep it nice and cool.
That's understandable.
That's my kind of golf.
That's understandable.
That's my kind of. Maybe listen to some Drake instead of Jeff's like bad Drake jokes.
Oh,
yeah.
Something like that.
When we return, a little boy gets the ride of his life.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to WHEI News Center 10, live at 5.
Now let's get to the last story of the night.
Have you ever taken a road trip in the spur of the moment? Well, a young man in Australia had that very same idea. A 12-year-old boy attempting to drive across Australia by himself drove more than 800 miles before police arrested him. Authorities from the Broken Hill Highway Patrol stopped the boy around 11 a.m. on Saturday.
The boy was pulled over when Highway Patrol officers noticed his vehicle's bumper dragging across the ground. The child happened to be traveling during day 2 of Operation Go Slow, a driver safety campaign featuring heightened police presence on the roads in New South Wales. The boy was arrested and taken to the Broken Hills police station.
Of course, this isn't the first time a child has decided to take a road trip. Last year, 2 determined preschoolers in Washington took the keys to their parents' SUV with hopes of visiting their grandma, only to crash into another car. Although everybody was all right. And I don't know about you, Malik, but sometimes I get a little tested when I'm driving to get upset, and it would totally throw me off if I was passing the car and I saw like an 8-year-old.
Like an 8-year-old just right to your left, just to the left, just driving.
Do you call the cops? Let them ride it out?
I wouldn't know what to do, honestly.
You never know.
You have to call the cops, don't you?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you don't want to guess people's age. I mean,
yeah, that's true, too. That's true, too.
Just
let them go.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should call the cops. That should be the policy. Anyway, Thank you for watching WHI News Center 10 live at 5. Our program tonight, as always, was produced and presented by the Department of Communication and Media from inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. Be sure to tune in next week for another.
I'm Scott Carpenter.
And I'm Malik Wisenberry.
And for Jeff Helms and Randy Buffington and Dimitri right there in production, we thank you for watching.